Your first Daytona 500 as the play-by-play voice for CBS was also Dale Earnhardt's first time winning the race. You can't really script it much better than that. Where does that moment rank in your career?
It's got to be in the top five. It certainly is pretty high up. And it's not so much for anything that I did or what Dale did. It was our whole CBS team. Greg Fielden was our historian. Patrick Perrin was our researcher, who does the same job for Fox today. And I had them research just every different possibility of what Dale had not accomplished in the 500. And it turned out, I think there were only 3 numbered laps that he had not led of the 200 lap race. Lap 92, maybe lap 97, and of course, lap 200, the last lap. So in the home stretch, as Earnhardt was leading, we caution viewers, he's been in this spot 3 times before, and what always happens, even sometimes on the last lap. But I think in the last few laps, all of America was pulling for Dale, and he finally wins the 500. The one thing, he'd won 30 some races at Daytona.
Right.
He'd won everything but. And so he gets the 500, and usually we go right to break because it's going to take a victory lap, and then come to victory lane. We'll do the ceremony there, where Ken Squire was waiting for him in victory lane. And our associate director, Jim Cornell, who's in charge of getting us to commercial on time, he says, don't go to break, Lance Sparrow, our producer. Don't go. Something's happening here. And that's when they formed up that magnificent receiving line all the way down pit road for Dale. And we were able to capture that live. It was just a tremendous team effort of everybody involved.
How was Dale's demeanor at Daytona and all the years losing at the 500 compared to after he finally won and got that weight off of his shoulders?
We'd had a number of really top drivers, Hall of Famers in the sport. Ned Jarrett, for example, that won everything but the Daytona 500. And I think when Dale had the issue of running over the piece of somebody's brake rotor on the last lap, and Derek Cope won in 1990, he and Richard Childress, I think they had just both resigned themselves to, we're not supposed to win this thing, but we're going to keep putting ourselves in a position, like Richard Petty always said, best you can do on any given Sunday is put yourself in a position to win, and then circumstances will dictate the outcome. And that's what they did. They built themselves a great car, had great stops, put themselves in a position to win. And it finally came true. So I think his demeanor leading up to it was, oh yeah, another Daytona 500. And his win after that, of course, everything had changed. I remember it wasn't 98, of course, because I was in the booth, but it was either 96 or 97. And I'm standing on pit road with a microphone, and the cars are gridded, and Dale's in his car, and they've done everything but put the window net up because I wanted to talk to him. And he agreed. And he's sitting there, and he knows what the question's going to be. And it's, how many times, and it's, geez, Dale, everything's happened to you. You hit a seagull, you cut a tire. He knows the question that's coming. So I walked up to the car, knelt down on one knee, and I just go, hey, champ, you feeling racy today? And he laughs, just the biggest laugh. And I got just the best interview out of him, just the best statement out of him, because I didn't do what he expected me to do, what everybody else had done. It was kind of like, hey, are you going to go out there and have some fun? Hell yeah. That was the Dale Earnhardt I remember.